Okay, wonderful. Lovely to have you with us, Anubha, today, this morning. How have you been?
I am good, really good. Bangalore weather is cool, so we are pretty fine.
Blessed, blessed. Lovely, lovely. Not have extremes sometimes, much like we have here.
Exactly.
Wonderful. So, I will just quickly introduce you and then we can get started on a very interesting topic. Anubha Srivastava is the founder of AS Legal Associates in Bangalore and has over 23 years broad spectrum of experience in legal advisory and litigation. She was admitted to the Bar Council of Delhi in 1998 and is presently enrolled in the Bar Council of Karnataka. She has successfully represented matters across jurisdictions, including the courts of Delhi, Hyderabad, and Bangalore. Over her practice, she has handled a wide variety of matters relating to the company law, criminal law, bankruptcy law, family law, labor laws, and commercial suits. She has represented matters before the Honorable Supreme Court of India, various high courts, including Delhi, Hyderabad, and Bangalore, NCLT, along with district courts relating dealing with quash matters, bails, along with various appeals in property and family matters. She is also a certified holder in meditation and
It
counseling.
is mediation.
Mediation. I was wondering, sorry, I thought I'd read it incorrectly.
Yeah.
Counseling from reputed institutes. She has successfully curated and delivered trainings in POSH in
Yes.
various companies for employee sensitization. She has spoken at colleges in person and over webinars about the legal rights of women and criminal legal system for the awareness of students and public. She has delivered talks with various social media channels regarding domestic violence and matrimonial issues. You've built a strong reputation and increased your client base over the years with your interpersonal skills and networking skills. Your personal interests include gardening and yoga with reading and singing. That's an accomplished life, Anuba. Lovely to read, when you're kind of reading about the person, you're like, wow, that's a lot of work done.
So fascinated listening to it. I was like, okay.
I know, I know. We don't hear enough about ourselves, we do most of the talking. So I understand where you're coming from. So we have an interesting topic today, which is, having an entire legal journey and a career ahead in front of us, especially for women over 40 and, starting afresh or perhaps who've taken a sabbatical and want to start. But before we really get into the topic, why don't you start with telling us a little bit about your own journey?
Sure. Divya, like you said, in 1998, I passed law. 99, I got married.
Okay.
Right? So we are like in Indian families, how acha ladki ne pass kar liya, now let her get married.
Right.
So life stage I crossed 1998 and 9 I got married, but I kept practicing because we got married in Delhi itself. So we were living there, and I have studied from Delhi University. So and I have practiced in all the courts in Delhi, including T. Cesari, Patiala House, Delhi High Court, and in fact Supreme Court also. I had 2-3 appearances there with my senior. So like that. After that, my daughter was born. My daughter was born, and till 9th month of pregnancy, I was going to courts. In fact, I had my own matter at National Consumer Disputes Redressal Forum. 11th of August, I attended the matter, I still remember. And 27th August, my daughter was born. So like that, I was very passionate about law. I was
Lovely.
too much into it. Then when my daughter was born, I thought, okay, after 6 months or 7 months, I may restart. But my husband got a job in Bangalore,
Okay.
and we call ourselves trailing wives. We trail behind the husband wherever the husband is going. If you are not going behind him, you have a file of your own then.
Yeah.
So I came to Bangalore, and then Bangalore means Karnataka.
Right.
Karnataka means Kannada language.
Yeah.
Yeah. So first thing was, it was a new city. Child was young. I was like settling down, and I just couldn't practice. Not at all. There was not a chance. So three years went by like that. My son was born. My son was born in Bangalore itself. So when my son was born, we shifted to Hyderabad. My husband was shifted to Hyderabad, so I went with my husband. Hyderabad was pretty good career-wise, and in Hyderabad, I practiced in the courts there because my I found a senior just the next lane from my house. Courts were very nearby, and I got a world-class creche there. I got a full-time maid there. I think God just provided, and I think when the time is right, everything comes together. So 5 years we lived in Hyderabad, and full 5 years I practiced. Most of my learning of law is from Hyderabad practice.
Okay.
There I learned Telugu. Because in courts, when they used to hear that I do not know Telugu,
Yeah.
they used to speak only in Telugu to me. They
Wow.
means judges,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? So I learned Telugu and I never said I do not know Telugu. I always said నేర్చుకుంటున్నాను. Means I am learning Telugu, right? నేర్చుకుంటున్నాను was my keyword. Immediately I used to say. So that is how I managed in Hyderabad. Then we shifted back to Bangalore, right? Bangalore means Kannada I had not learned that time also. And I still confuse after living in Bangalore for 10 years now. I still confuse whether this is a Telugu word or a Kannada word. So I again, after 4 years of being in Bangalore, coming back from Hyderabad, then I restarted my practice. I joined the senior and all that. And now I have an office of my own and I'm practicing now. I am here.
I love the whole grit and the determination to keep going, despite the various things that came your way, whether it's a language or a new city or, just settling in and with the children. I like the whole grit behind it. And I think the
Thank
passion and the grit is really what keeps us moving in the career as well.
you.
Otherwise it's easy to give up at times. It's
Very. In fact, there was 1 or 2 years when we were shifting, and I had thrown away a lot of my. I was a very studious student when I was studying in Delhi University. I had topped in my first year. After that, I went thoda sa bindas and gunda types, but I really studied well, So I couldn't throw my notes also.
yeah,
After years, my husband said, "You are not going to practice law. What will you do with it?" Yeah.
right.
Threw my books. I threw my notes. And I thought I will never practice.
Yeah.
But when my children started growing up, 11, 12, my younger son, my children are now 17 and 20 actually. So when they started growing up, I was like, there's nothing to do. And I'm not a joining kitty party kind of person, though we had a lot of ladies around and a lot of friends and all that. But I was like, let me restart. So like that. Yeah.
Wonderful. So coming to the topic of restarting, so what are some of the ways women can get started on a legal career, right? Especially after taking a break. Is
Right.
there is there a specific age for something like this? Like you're too late now, or is there a skill that is needed now, which wasn't needed earlier? So
Right.
just a bit of help of people restarting.
Right, right. I would tell you, age is no bar in legal career. The grayer your hair, the better you are. Not only because you have studied law at certain point of time, but also you have life experience, right? So restarting my career, life experience really helped. It was like you become more mature. You have seen life, not only your own but
Yeah,
other people's lives. You buy properties, you do so many other things which you get practical knowledge. Though I was a very good student and I have practiced with seniors and all, those days there were a lot of things that you don't understand when you are very young,
correct.
right? When you are like 40ish and all that, so you understand a lot of things, so age is always on your side.
Right.
Then the second thing is like how to restart. How to restart means, see, I took 4 years gap once and 5 years gap again after coming back from Hyderabad. So in legal career, you need to update yourself all the time, right? So I was as such very passionate about law and news of law. So there are a lot of journals which are available online. There are a lot of now websites and YouTube. In our times it was not there, but nowadays there is so much knowledge on internet that one can use all that, right? So I also watched a lot of YouTube videos, and I kept myself updated with what is going on. I used to watch budget, I used to watch parliamentary debates. I was always a newspaper reader, very boring person like that. I was a newspaper and journals and news magazines, that kind of. I have always been interested in politics and all that. So I used to keep myself updated. So it helped me in coming back.
Hmm.
And also I joined a senior, and with the senior I did kind of unpaid internship for a year. I was just there in the office reading files, helping her out where whatever I could do. Bangalore's very named and famed lady senior advocate is there. So I joined her office, and it really benefited me to come back.
Hmm.
So there is no age as such. But the thing is, what stops us is that we think that we are outdated.
Hmm.
We don't have confidence. How will I now stand in the court? With me, the language was the biggest barrier. I am a North Indian in South, right? So we are called Northeast here. So you have to break that barrier by speaking the language, by at least understanding them.
Hmm.
So in Karnataka courts, I always say, Your Lordship, Kannada ne kalitidini. Like, you may not understand being in Delhi, but I'll tell you, there is a word here in Bangalore, in Karnataka, we call Kannada kalitidini. Kannada, what is that word which says, I do not know Kannada.
Hmm.
Right? Kannada gotilla. Kannada gotilla is the word which North Indians use all the time. You speak one word of Kannada to them and they will say, North Indians are famous for that, that we say Kannada gotilla. I do not know Kannada. Right? I discovered, since I had come from Telugu state, I knew that if I say I do not know Telugu, people don't appreciate it. Nobody will appreciate, right? So I understood I don't have to say Kannada gotilla. I will say Kannada kalitidini. I am learning Kannada. The moment
Right.
I am learning Kannada, the judges are also at ease and everybody helps you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is one legal tip which I always give North Indian lawyers who have come from Delhi. There are many women like me, coming from Bombay, coming from Delhi, coming from Orissa, coming from Assam. I have met so many people in the court. When I speak in the court, people come to know I'm a North Indian because in the open court, in the High Court, I have told, Your Lordship, I can't read Kannada. He told me to read something. And I said, Lordship, I can't read Kannada. So the general council of the state council read it for me. Like that, people help you out. Only
Yeah.
if you are forthright and confident enough in
Correct.
your right.
Wonderful.
So, yeah. So like this is how you can establish yourself. I'm speaking specifically about Bangalore here, but if you are the same in UP or in Delhi, wherever you study law from, then it becomes easier, much easier.
Correct. I think you've already answered what I was about to reach, but we can continue the conversation.
Hmm.
So, what are some of the challenges that you see women face when they are restarting their journey? So, one thing, of course, you've said is it could be a language barrier, it could be just the skills, like
It's
you
a
kept yourself
barrier.
updated, you
Yeah.
know. But what
Language
are the other challenges?
changed states, right? There are many women. There are many North Indian lawyers here who have changed the states because of their husbands. I'm talking about women, and they struggle sometimes. And to restart your career again and again is also like, it's like really mind boggling. And sometimes it really, like how you said, right? You need grit and passion. So see, I when I opened my office, I also kept I hired a associate who was from Mumbai. She was from Mumbai Bar Association. So she was not practicing since 15 years. She had studied law. She was a very good student. She was from Government Law College, and it is a very premier law college in Bombay. And she had studied from there. 3 years she had practiced, and then she got married. The husband shifted to Bangalore, and she just left. So somehow we connected through Facebook. In a Facebook group, I had put that if some women want to restart their legal career, please get in touch with me. There were 4 or 5 women who got in touch with me, and among those, 3 people I called to my office, and I became an interviewer. And I called them. What I was looking for was passion, because only passion can take you to restart. The only thing that will deter you will be the confidence.
Right.
They were underconfident. A lot of women lawyers tell me that I am their inspiration and all that, because I'm like, into it. I don't give up. I'm very determined that it's okay, it's life. If somebody is laughing at you, that also is fine with me, right? If I have to re-study I'm a very passionate reader as such, and reading law though is my some other level it is. I can do all nighter if there is a matter. And then I discovered that we don't need to, not like any lawyer. No lawyer knows all law, right? So when a new matter comes to me, like a drugs matter came to me. In a college, one girl was caught with drugs, right? So I knew the parents, and also the parents called me, Anubha, can you handle? I had not done a drug matter, but I have training in criminal law, and I had criminal matters. I take POXO matters, prevention of child sexual abuse, and all those kind of matters. I take rape matters, and I'm for the complainant most of the times. In fact, 99% of the times I am for the complainant. So I was very sensitized that ways, and the only thing I had to do was buy a bare act of NDPS Act and read it up, right? I can do that kind of work. So some people get a little bogged down by, like, I have never touched this law, so I cannot do it. But any other lawyer you go to, even if they have not done, you have the capacity to do it.
Right.
So I tell women whom I come across in my practice in courts and all, that never ever undermine yourself, and
Yeah.
never undermine your intelligence. You were intelligent enough to pass law. You are passionate enough to want to practice even after you have turned 40,
Correct.
right? So if you have all that, you know law, you know English, you have passion, nothing can stop you,
Right.
right? So that is how I uh, guide people, and that is how really believe in it. It is a topic.
Yeah, wonderful. So I think any before we end the session, because you really encapsulated it very beautifully, all everything, your experiences, and how others can benefit from it. So that came out very strongly. Are there like some two, three top tips you can give women who are looking to start afresh? Any two, three most important things according to you?
The most important thing that I can tell, and I would genuinely want women to do, is to network, right? Your platform also is providing network. I was
Correct.
reading.
That's right.
So networking with women need not be your own profession. In fact, your own profession you may not require so much. Network with general women, right? I have, when I was not working in legal field, I had done Tupperware. I had sold Lucknowi chicken because we belong to Lucknow from UP. So I have done Lucknowi chicken. I've learned a lot from that. And
Yeah.
those friends I had, those clients I had, then I reconnected with my, like these days, WhatsApp groups we make, and we have reunions and all that, right? So all my friends were top-notch lawyers in their own field. And in fact, in Delhi, 80% of people are in Delhi. So many people are abroad. I got lot of referral matters.
Yeah.
So keep in touch with
Yeah.
your peers, with your classmates. Network a lot. Update your LinkedIn profile, and be confident in your capability.
Very well said. Very well said. I think very simple, practical tips, but we don't give them enough importance, I feel, in the whole hustle bustle of everyday life. It kind of takes a back seat. But thank you so much for bringing it back to our attention. And thank you for coming on our platform. We are always looking to, speak with inspiring women like you who have each other's back. I mean, that's really what we want, that you're there to support us. And while of course you spoke about legal careers, I think a lot of what you said is also very practical to women wanting to get back to any career for that matter. So we'd love to have you again on the platform to give advice on how do you just kind of get the confidence and the top two three skills needed to get back to a career. So
Certainly.
we might call you again, because it was a very, very good session. Thank you
That's
so much for your time today.
my pleasure. My
Thank
honor.
you. Thank you, Ji. Thank you.